Creating your own meaning in a meaningless world. There's a thought, perhaps unsettling at first, that whispers through philosophy, science, and sometimes, just the quiet moments of our own lives. What if the universe doesn't have an inherent purpose for us? What if the stars don't hold a secret destiny, the grand cosmic narrative doesn't center around humanity, and there's no pre-written script detailing the meaning of our individual existence? What if, in the grand scheme of things, the universe is simply indifferent? This idea of a meaningless world can feel cold, even frightening. We seem biologically and culturally wired to seek purpose, to ask why, and expect a satisfying answer. From ancient myths to modern ideologies, humanity has consistently sought frameworks that provide a sense of order, significance, and direction. Meaning fuels us. It gives us a reason to get out of bed in the morning, to strive, to endure hardship, to connect with others. Without it, we risk drifting into apathy, cynicism, or despair, what some have called an existential vacuum. The prospect of a universe devoid of inherent meaning can feel like being adrift on a vast, silent ocean without a compass or a destination provided by the charts. But what if this apparent lack of preordained meaning isn't an endpoint, but a starting point? What if it's not a cosmic oversight, but a cosmic invitation? What if the silence of the universe isn't a void to be feared, but a canvas waiting for us to paint upon? Consider this radical shift in perspective. The absence of inherent, externally imposed meaning doesn't negate the possibility of meaning altogether. Instead, it places the power, the potential, and perhaps the profound responsibility of creating meaning squarely into our own hands. If the universe doesn't dictate our purpose, then we are free to define it. If the script hasn't been written, we become the authors. This isn't a curse, it's the ultimate expression of human freedom and agency. The world might be meaningless in the sense that it doesn't come with a built-in instruction manual for significance, but our lives don't have to be. So, how do we embark on this audacious project of creating our own meaning? It's not about discovering a hidden truth out there, but about building something valuable in here, within ourselves, between each other, and through our engagement with the world. Meaning isn't typically found like a lost object, it's forged, cultivated, and constructed through conscious choice and deliberate action. It arises from what we dedicate ourselves to, what we love, how we connect, and how we respond to the circumstances life presents. Let's explore some of the rich territories where meaning is actively created. 1. Connection and relationships. For many, the most potent source of meaning lies in our bonds with others. Love, in its myriad forms, romantic, familial, platonic, provides a powerful sense of belonging, purpose, and significance. Caring for others, supporting friends, raising children, nurturing family ties, building community, these acts weave a web of interdependence that makes our lives matter to someone. Contributing to the well-being of others reflects our significance back to us. In shared joy, shared sorrow, and shared struggle, we find resonance and realize we are part of something larger than our isolated selves. These connections are the anchors that hold us steady in the indifferent currents of the cosmos. 2. Contribution and service. Looking beyond our immediate circle, meaning often blossoms when we contribute to something larger than ourselves. This could involve dedicating time to a cause we believe in, working to alleviate suffering, fighting for justice, protecting the environment, or simply using our skills and talents to make a positive difference in our community or workplace. The feeling that our efforts, however small, contribute to a greater good can infuse our lives with profound purpose. It shifts the focus from what can I get? To what can I give? And in that giving, we often receive the gift of significance. 3. Creativity and expression. Humans are inherently creative beings. Engaging in acts of creation, whether through art, music, writing, cooking, gardening, coding, building furniture, or innovating solutions to problems, is a powerful way to impose order on chaos, express our inner world, and leave a tangible mark. Creativity allows us to translate our experiences, emotions, and ideas into forms that can be shared and appreciated, connecting us to others and to something timeless. The process of bringing something new into existence, born from our own imagination and effort, is inherently meaningful. 4. Personal growth and self-transcendence. Meaning can be forged in the crucible of personal challenge and growth. Setting goals, learning new skills, overcoming obstacles, cultivating virtues like courage or compassion, facing our fears, and striving to become a better version of ourselves, these pursuits give our lives direction and narrative shape. The journey of self-discovery and self-improvement, pushing our own boundaries and realizing our potential, provides a deep sense of purpose. It's about becoming the person capable of living the meaningful life we envision. 5. Experiencing and appreciating. Sometimes meaning isn't about striving or building, but about simply being present and appreciating the richness of experience itself. Finding moments of awe in nature, the vastness of the night sky, the intricate beauty of a flower, the power of the ocean. Losing oneself in the beauty of art or music. Savoring simple pleasures, a delicious meal, a warm conversation, a moment of quiet contemplation. Cultivating gratitude for what we have, rather than focusing on what we lack. These moments of deep connection to the present, to beauty, and to the sheer wonder of existence can be intensely meaningful, grounding us in the here and now. 6. Work, craftsmanship, and vocation. While not all jobs feel inherently meaningful, dedicating oneself to work with integrity, striving for excellence, mastering a craft, or finding a vocation that aligns with one's values can be a significant source of purpose. Taking pride in one's work, feeling competent, and contributing useful skills or services provides structure and a sense of accomplishment. It's about how we approach the work, the intention and dedication we bring to it. 7. Living by values, identifying and consciously living in accordance with deeply held personal values, such as honesty, kindness, justice, freedom, loyalty, provides an internal compass for navigating life. Making choices, big and small, that align with these principles gives life coherence and integrity. Even when external circumstances are chaotic or challenging, acting in accordance with our values creates a sense of inner rightness and purpose. It's crucial to recognize that created meaning is inherently subjective. What fills one person's life with purpose might leave another cold. There is no universal hierarchy of meaningful pursuits. Building a company, raising a family, creating art, volunteering at a shelter, mastering a musical instrument, or simply living with kindness and presence, all are valid paths to a meaningful life. The key is authenticity, choosing paths that genuinely resonate with you, not those prescribed by society or someone else's expectations. Furthermore, creating meaning is not a one-time event, but an ongoing process. Life changes, we change, and what feels meaningful can evolve over time. It requires continuous engagement, reflection, and sometimes, courageous readjustment. We might need to redefine our purpose after major life transitions, loss, illness, career changes, children leaving home. It's a dynamic dance, not a fixed state. It requires effort, intention, and the willingness to keep asking ourselves, what matters to me now? How can I live in alignment with that? This path isn't always easy. It requires confronting the void, embracing the responsibility of our freedom, and sometimes making difficult choices without guarantees. It also means acknowledging that suffering and hardship are unavoidable parts of the human condition. Yet, remarkably, meaning can often be found not just despite suffering, but sometimes because of it. Facing challenges can clarify our values, deepen our compassion, reveal hidden strengths, and forge stronger connections. As psychiatrist Viktor Frankl observed in The Direst of Circumstances, even when all external freedoms are stripped away, we retain the freedom to choose our attitude, to find meaning in our response to suffering itself. So, the idea of a meaningless world needn't be a source of despair. It can be profoundly liberating. It frees us from chasing externally imposed purposes and empowers us to become the architects of our own significance. The universe may be silent on the matter of our purpose, but our lives don't have to be. We can fill that silence with the music of our own making, through the love we share, the contributions we make, the beauty we create, the growth we achieve, and the values we embody. We have the extraordinary capacity to take the raw, indifferent materials of existence and weave them into a life rich with purpose, connection, and self-chosen meaning. The canvas is vast, the paint is ours, and the act of creation itself is perhaps the most meaningful endeavor of all.